Hey guys, it's your boy at my FX. So today I'm gonna show you guys the secret boom and crash technical analysis strategy, which is very beginner friendly. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do well to like, share, and click on the subscribe button and turn on post notification so you could be notified each time we post forex educational content like this. And also, if you're not on our Telegram channel, we just do well to click on the link on the description below to join our Telegram channel. Here we post free signals. Like you can see, and we help in free mentorship also, and to help intermediate and beginners traders to grow. So without further ado, if you're done doing all these things, click like, share, and drop a comment on the comment section what you think about this video. Let us know what kind of video you love us to make in future. So without further ado, let's get over to the business of the day. Ciao. Alright, so this is a crash 300 8-hour time frame. So apparently, if you squeeze this screen, you're going to see crash 300 has been on a very nice downtrend since last year. It has been on a very nice downtrend. So even with plotting our trend line now, okay, we have some few touches here, and a very recent touch here which caused this drop, which if you check my previous videos on YouTube, you see how we were able to catch this drop of crash 300. And on the other hand, if you observe, price has actually broken this trend line. Okay, this trend line being taken from the top here, we had first touch, second touch, and hence our dead touch. But from the way we do trade, or I do trade personally, I trade market structure and patterns. Okay, so if you squeeze our screen, apparently I know my 1 hour time frame will not open. So, but even without my 1 hour time frame not opening, if you look closely, you see that price has been creating lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, which means it's coming down. But if you look at the downside here, we have some sort of divergence, which is basically one of the things which I do. See, the price is now creating lower highs, lower lows, and here on the RSI, it's creating higher highs and higher lows. So hence we are anticipating, I think one of the last two Zoom sessions we are anticipating some buys here. Okay, though I did not trade the buys because I missed my start buying trade, so I let it run. So hence seeing these reversals here, all you just need to do, like you did here, you just plot your trend line. Even though you don't want to use the trend line for the higher time frame, this trend line here from this high to this high is also okay. Let me take this out. This high from this high to this other high here. Just wait for a breakout. Mind you, this is 8-hour time frame. So a breakout of the trend line on the same time frame. Looking forward for price to break structure and now ride all the way to the upside. So why you are actually having a reversal at this point is, as you can see, this place is a neckline. Here is a neckline. So this neckline is what actually will determine how strong this divergence, if it's actually been confirmed or not. Okay, so though price has broken our trend line here on a lower time frame, that's why when I normally send signals, or I tell you guys, it's very important, if you are taking profits, don't miss taking profits on your 100% retracement level. Your 100% retracement level, in this case, if you are trading these buys, you know, this move here, trading this moves, this would have been your first profit level. Okay, most times I don't even have to go to that tip. Alright, I just take my profit from the formation of the last body of the candle, and that's okay. Okay, then if you're very certain about the trade, you can now shift your stop loss to break even and hold the trade for price to continue, hoping price to continue going to the upside. So hence, if you may ask me, okay, so now from the 8-hour time frame, this price still remains a sell. Okay, price is actually still a sell from top-down analysis from 8-hour time frame, because this neckline here, has not been altered yet. Price just did a little fake out here, a little fake out, did not actually break out of these highs, or rather created something more like a double top. And I'm sure if I check on a lower time frame, there is also a lower time frame divergence which help this price to ride all the way to the downside. So we are going to scale down to our lower time frame to still look out for more chart patterns which would have aided price to reverse, to make this reversal. But this reversal actually is not much. On our 8-hour time frame, I'll still look out for, see if I can find a divergence here. There's no divergence there. I go down to my 1-hour time frame. Like our hourly time frame is what we use to look out for chart patterns and the rest. Okay, so on our 1 hour time frame here, this is a high being created here, but you can see same thing is happening here. This high has now been altered by this other high. Same thing happened on the RSI. This high has also been altered by these previous highs. Hence, no divergence is actually being formed on the 1 hour time frame. So you can still scale down to your 30 minutes time frame or your lower time frame, your LTF. I call those ones my actual lower time frame. Then now on our 30 minutes time frame, you can see a nice divergence. Okay, you can see a nice divergence. Looking at price is creating higher highs and price is creating lower highs here on the RSI. Hence why price was able to cause this breakout and ride all the way to the downside. So, well, apparently, if I'm to make this entry from the way we trade our divergence, if you don't know how we trade our divergence, we have a video on how we trade our divergence. You can check on our link at the description. So here, all we just need to do is allow price to break the supports, okay, and retest the supports. But in most of my videos, you always hear me say price should do something like a break, a retest, then I can ride. If I don't have a break and retest, I rather leave the trade than riding it, unless I'm just going conservative. So price gave us a very nice breakout of the support, a retest, and hence why you see me drawing this rectangle here, the rectangle you are seeing there in red. So if we were to take this trade, we would have had ourselves, sorry about that, we would have had ourselves somewhere around here, anywhere around here, and maybe take profits either here, but here is very small, we don't have a good risk to reward, so we would have gone for our 100% retracement level, which is this area here. So first level take profits, and maybe want to go all the way to the downside, but I won't really go for the down trade or the down, or what's it called, to ride this trend for a pretty long time. Okay, so now you are looking for buy opportunities that could aid from this, because where price actually is a key level. If from our videos you know how we plot key level, so price is actually on our key level, and this key level is where price, most times there are price reactions on those key levels. Let me take this out. So for me to make buy entries on these key levels, I'll either start from a higher time frame, looking out for chart patterns that will aid the movement of price from this key level, either from a higher time frame or in my lower time frame. Why can I take that of a lower time frame in play is because we already have that of a higher time frame. Let's go back to our 1 hour. We already have that of a higher time frame in our daily time frame and our 8 hours. We already have a divergence which aided these buys that we are seeing here. But most times price has to go to the neckline, retrace back so as to gather more momentum to push itself to the upside. So on our higher time frame, you may not have chart patterns, which we don't. So I will rather look at from my 15 minutes below. If I can, since price is already on my key level and I'm still positive about the buys, it's for me to come to my lower time frame, like my 15 minutes, and try to look out for chart patterns when price it gets to my key level to see if I can have something out of it. So hence what I'm checking, I can't actually find a chart pattern. My kind of chart patterns are mostly divergence or head and shoulders. So you see price is actually doing the same thing here. So we don't have opposites and reaction or directions from price and what's it called, and the main charts. But let's still scale down to our 5 minutes. Maybe we can't find it, we can't see it clearly on the 15 minutes. Let's check our 5 minutes if we can find something. And that of 5 minutes is not convincing too. Though we have a slight one, that of 5 minutes is not convincing. Though we have a partial kind of divergence, but it's very tricky in this case. It's very tricky because if you have to take this like the normal way that we do trade our divergence, if you have to take this divergence very important or serious, we trade it just the same way that we trade other divergence. So we're just waiting for price to break out of this neckline where we had this previous. Let me clean this out. It's a wait for price to have broken out of this, where we also took these highs and these lows all the way to the upside. Same thing that could not happen here on the higher time frame in previous times. So actually it's very tricky. It's very tricky. That price still remains on our overall higher time frame sales until, from the way I trade, until I could see chart patterns on my key levels. Hence, especially these are buys. We are trading buys. We are trading against the spikes. So we have to be very, very, very careful about our entries, because when the spikes has to come, it's maybe messy in very messy in most cases. So another reason that would have aided me to look for a buy position, since I've not really found a divergence now, I would have looked for other blocks here on higher time frame, but I can't really find a good other block here on a higher time frame which price would have reacted from for a good buy, except something like this, except this one. But I still have to confirm it on the lower time frame to see if it's let me take the red off. Yeah, awesome. So let's check this other block. If it reflects on our 1 hour time frame, then we could still look forward for price to react at that area when price comes into that area. Okay, we have a nice other block here on 1 hour time frame. Then we have to squeeze this in. When we have this little red candle, let me zoom out so that you guys can see. When we have, for you guys that understand how other block works, okay, other block is actually the lace candle, the bullish move that comes to covers the previous candle with, or engulf the previous candle before the massive move to either the upside or to the downside. So in the case of a buy, this bearish candle was being engulfed by the bullish candle. The bearish candle here, which is red in color, was being engulfed by the bullish candle. Hence why that area is actually an other block. So it's because of this other block too that will be making me to still be slightly positive about the buys. Okay, but Now I'll have to wait for price to come into this area. But I don't really like tight other blocks like this. From my higher time frame, you see how tight it is. So I rather take the full body of this candle, that of 4 hour, because I saw this from 4 hours. The full body of this red candle here. So I rather take the full body. So anytime price comes into this area, I'll start looking out for my chart patterns for a reversal. So for now, I'm not seeing any possible move of price reversing to the upside from this um, uh, key level. Okay, from this black line, which is my key level, I'm not seeing possible moves. So we will be looking out for either price to react from this area, which is the other block, or from this key level, which is very close to the other block. So you know how price behaves most of the times. It may not give us that perfect mitigation on the other block and a move to the upside. So price could come down to this other block and give us a very nice chart pattern, which is our divergence or a double bottom or a head and shoulders. A very nice reversal pattern as this area. Hence, but if price is able to break out of this area, then we can now start looking for more selling opportunities. Let me delete this out. So if price is able to break out of this area, all I'll just need to do is break, retest, and you ride it back to the downside. And if you look left, okay, if you look left, you see this area where we have a black line here. You have something like a head and shoulder here, which aided price to push to the upside. When I see areas like this, I don't really take them for granted because it's still a very strong area in which price mostly reacts from. So there are still good possibilities of price reacting from this area here. There are very good possibilities of price reacting from this area because of this previous head and shoulder in previous times, on which aided price to move to the upside even after we had our higher time frame divergence. Though our neckline is all broken, sometimes, if not most times, price normally will retrace back into a zone and form a more stronger key level. Form a more stronger pattern from a key level before it will have to push to the upside. So, but we are still very much bearish on this trend. But what we just analyzed now is looking out for a reversal continuation, a bullish move for crash 300 as we have been anticipating for weeks now. So let's look forward for price to react off this key level. I'm very positive about this key level because even though price has to move from here, is either for me to take a buy entry from here, I'll just have to wait and check my lower time frame, like my 15 minutes most especially, to see if price is going to give me a divergence on lower time frame like the 15 minutes in this area, either on this other block or even to the area of this key level is still very much valid. Then we can ride ourselves. So this is the 4 hour time frame. Yes.